Hello, and welcome back to The Legend of Heroes: Trails in the Sky. We have a long-term quest here. So I think we're just going to go ahead with the main storyline for now, so as to avoid... so as to hopefully get another party member so that we can make things a lot easier on ourselves. It's going to be our way of coping with the much higher difficulty of this area. I also remember that I have the quest to get the thing that's surrounded by 4 other things, possibly, which I think is going to be a setup like this. We go to Temp Library, and this time the hint is a diagram. Yep. 4 something round with a spot in the middle. And that can be anywhere in the entire province, apparently. So now we're gonna go. Is it the 4th floor? Is this the right one? Should check my journal. Lab? Is that right? No. Okay, we'll check the journal. Factory Chief. Alright. Will the receptionist be able to direct us where we need to go? Oh, you were the ones with Tita before, no? No, that actually worked. I was expecting to have to do a manual search. Welcome to the Central Factory. Can I help you? We are from the Bracer Guild. We'd like to meet with the factory head, if we may. Estelle reached into her pouch, paused for dramatic effect, of course, then flourished the introduction note to meet the factory chief. Joshua looked stoic and tried not to roll his eyes. I see. Just a moment, please. Hazel used the intercom, keeping one wary eye on Estelle all the while. Sir, I'm terribly sorry to bother you during your... Yes, sir, the people from the Bracer Guild are... Yes, sir, right away. Thank you for waiting. Factory Chief Murdoch will see you now. His office is upstairs on the 2nd floor. Nice, I didn't think he'd see us so quickly. Let's not keep him waiting. Okay. Well, let's go. Archives? Nope. Central Factory Office. Okay. Hey, I've been waiting for you two. Estelle and Joshua, right? Yes. It's nice to meet you, sir. We're sorry to bother you at work like this. No, don't worry yourselves about that. The Bracer Guild, and Cassius in particular, have done a great deal for me in the past. It would be rude of me not to welcome his children. Huh? You know Dad? I guess you might say that. He was my benefactor. It's no exaggeration to say that the Central Factory produces the finest orbments in the land. Naturally, the confrontations over our craft have never really stopped. Whenever we had a problem, we could always contact the Roland branch and have him come over. I see. That explains all the business trips then. And now, my benefactor's kids come to visit me themselves. So what can I do for you? I'm happy to help. Thanks, sir. It's kind of a long story. Joshua and Estelle explained to Murdoch about the events surrounding the mysterious black orbment. I see. Well then, would you mind if I had a look at this orbment? Sure, no problem. Estelle produced the black orbment and handed it to the factory chief. Now this certainly is an oddity. It's obviously made from modern materials, but the caliber isn't inscribed anywhere. Caliber? You mean the numbers that are carved into the orbment's frame? Exactly. It's almost unheard of for an orbment to be produced without them. That's not just in Liberal either. Most other nations on the continent are the same way. It's been a tradition dating back to when the orbments were first invented 50 years ago. Right, 50 years ago. I think I mentioned the timeline in an episode or two ago, but yeah, so orbments are relatively recent inventions. You don't say. Estelle took out her combat orbment and eyeballed it suspiciously. You're right. There are numbers right there. Crazy. You mean to say that you never noticed in all this time? Oh, you hush. Seriously, is it really that strange for one to have no caliber on it? It's pretty much part of the production process, and that goes for any orbital factory. It's as if this one were a prototype or something. If so, I'd imagine it wasn't made to entertain at birthday parties, if you'd take my meaning. So, less with the sweet and awesome, more with the stabby hurdy. Got it. Of course, I can't say for certain without looking inside. What is it? I can't find the maintenance cover. And now that I really look at it, it has no seams to it at all. How the hell is this thing made? I don't see any way to check out the inside of it. Aw, man. Would it be possible to cut it open? That might work, yes, but I'd hate to just break something belonging to Cassius like that. Oh, okay. Maybe we should let that professor handle it. Oh right, the one mentioned in the note. Yeah, he should be able to tell us something. There was a note that was included with the orbment. Estelle showed Murdoch the note that was in the package for Cassius. Please ask Professor R to do an analysis. You wouldn't happen to know who this Professor R is, would you? Well, let me think. From the letter R and the people that Cassius knew, it must be Professor Russell. I thought so. Who's Professor Russell? And wait a second, how do you know this guy? I don't, but I know of him. He's known as the person who brought orbital technology to Liberal in the first place. Hey, you know your stuff. As I'm sure you know, orbits were invented by Professor Epstein. And Professor Russell is one of his disciples. 40 years ago, he brought the orbits and his knowledge back, and that's why Liberal is a technologically advanced nation. You might say that he was the father of the orbital revolution. Wow, now that is impressive. Man, I had no idea that Dad knew anyone like that. Even so, it worries me a little that you'll be letting the old prof, handle this orbment. We have no idea what it is, really. Huh? Well, how to put this? For good or ill, he's a certified genius. When he gets an idea for a new invention in his head, there's just no telling what he'll do. Much like the time when he was developing the first orbital airship. What's with the far-off look? I guess that a lot's happened. Sorry. I'm sure that he'll be able to figure this thing out. Go find him and ask him about it. It can't hurt. Thanks, Chief. Where should we go to find him? Hold on for a moment. Murdoch flipped the switch on the intercom. Testing, testing. Ah, good. Actually, I've been looking for you. Sorry to bother you, but can you come here? Alright, I'll be waiting. What? Did you just call the professor or something? Oh, no. He actually has a private workshop in town. He has all the latest technology at his disposal, so I know he can figure out something about that thing. Wow, he must really be a genius. Wait, then who did you call? His granddaughter. Okay, we know her. She works here at the factory. I'm sure the child will be happy to show you the way. The child? Excuse me? What? You? Oh, Estelle and Joshua? You mean that you know each other? Yeah, we only just met a little while ago, though. So then, I guess that she's the professor's granddaughter? Exactly. Tita. I've been talking with Estelle and Joshua here. I'd like for you to show them the way to your house. See Grandpa. Okay, I will. I appreciate it. And yes, if you learn anything new, I'd love it if you came back here and told me. As an engineer, I am extremely curious to know more about this. Sure thing. You'll excuse us then. Hey, I didn't think you'd be coming. And you're even the granddaughter of the famous professor. It's no wonder that you're so comfortable with orbments. Oh, come on. I'm still just studying under my grandpa. Oh, by the way, do you bracers have business with my grandpa? Well, sort of. The situation is kind of complicated. We can explain everything once we see your grandfather. Oh, okay. My house is in the southwest corner of town. Get off the escalator and go straight until you reach the south entrance, then turn to the west, and there it is. Got it. Well, let's get moving. Yeah, but now that we've got her in the party, maybe we want to take this opportunity to do other stuff at this point. Like, blow a bunch of money on a better gun for her. I took the wrong one. It's okay. It's okay, we're kids. Kids do things like that with escalators, right? Alright, what have we got here? I'm guessing this is what you currently have. This will be +1 range, +10 damage. For 7,000. Oh, it ain't cheap. Your damage is so far behind the other two, though. And it doesn't appear to be linear. By which I mean, adding +10 strength isn't going to increase your damage by 10 or something like that. It's like the strength to defense ratio, it's a little bit skewed. I don't know how to describe what it is that I'm saying. But it's a pattern I've noticed in other JRPGs as well, where you have a game where you get a small increase or decrease in strength, and it dramatically increases your damage or completely shuts your damage down to 0. And I think that's sort of what we've been seeing in this game. So we'll buy it. Oh, right. And then this way goes to the Plains Road. My house is to the southwest. I kind of wanted to go to the tower today. I'm guessing I can't leave town. We'll go see our grandpa first then. Hopefully we get to keep her after having spent all that money. This is my house. Wow, nice place. Professor Russell is here? No, I think he's in the workshop. Through this door. It's kind of a weird time to be noticing this, but I noticed that my volume seems to be... I don't know if am I just speaking louder lately? I'm going to adjust my volume, my voice microphone volume down just a little bit. Hopefully that'll still be good. It's the kind of thing I should really be testing between recordings, but it's just been bothering me just at this moment. So we'll do it. We should go and say hi then. Is he like, are those shears? Something? Is he cutting something? I'm home, Grandpa. Ah, okay, maybe this way. So this is the professor? Oh, it's probably a wrench. He's probably trying to like get a bolt off or something. Nice to meet you. My name is Estelle Bright of the Bracer Guild. We actually came to get your expert opinion on... Got it! Okay, well the wrench is in the other hand. He's got like a screwdriver or something too. Ah! Ahaha, I did it! It's finally complete! That's right, who's the man? I'm the man! Yes, I should start testing it at once. Whoa! What the hell? I'm sorry, Estelle. Grandpa kind of goes into a trance when he's working, and he doesn't really notice what's going on around him. I think he just finished up the device he's been working on for the past few days. Oh, I see. He really is something. Oh, he's something, alright. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Well, I guess we're chasing him. What was in here? Oh, it was just the way outside. You gotta get some fresh air when you're, you know, needing some time to think. Grandpa! There are some people here who need to talk to you. Hmm? Oh, Tita, you've come at just the right time. I need your help with compiling the data from these tests. But Grandpa, this new invention will actually block, biosensor orbitments detection facilities. Okay. It's a technobabble term there. I haven't... Well, biosensor... Yeah. No, it makes sense. It just took me a while to parse it. It emits a unique orbital force field that deflects the energy that a biosensor sends out when it scans. Oh, really? Yes, really. Since when do I overstate my own accomplishments? Now, come on, we've got testing to do. Right. Professor Russell and Tita began working with some complex-looking equipment. Hey now. Never mind, Estelle. I think we should just let them be for a little while. Hey, you with the black hair. Who, me? Who else? On the upstairs bookcase is a notebook titled Orbital Energy is Applied to Force Fields. Go get it. Go on, be quick about it. Alright. Wait, Joshua. Hey, young lady, you with the antenna hair. That's a new one. Antenna? Oh, no you didn't. Quit farting around and make me some coffee. Why should I have to make you coffee? I take it black, by the way. I want it clear as mud. You're not hearing a word I say. Ah, fine, whatever. Yep, perfect. All set, Grandpa. Just as fast as ever. Oh. Where is Stella and Joshua? Who? Come to think of it, I do vaguely recall a couple of young folks. Murdoch sent along some fresh faces then, I presume. Grandpa... And so, Estelle and Joshua inadvertently wound up as assistants in the experiment. After many small but relatively harmless explosions and some singeing of the eyebrows, the day gave way to evening. Yeah, we taught that one in my English class recently. The verb ends in an E, you drop the E before you add ing to it. But singeing might be an exception, because then that would look like singing. Oh dear. See, now I'm doubting myself. I shouldn't have said anything. English does this to me rather regularly. Ah ha ha, sorry about all that. I just assumed you were both new employees at the central factory, so it's only natural that you wound up being drafted as assistants. This is no laughing matter, especially since the only thing you had me helping with was making coffee. Girls can bang metal parts together too, old man. I mean, he probably knows that because he works with Tita, but okay. Relax, Estelle, we got some valuable experience out of the deal in the end. How often does one get to participate in startup tests on a brand new type of orbment, after all? Well, now you're a bright lad then, aren't you? Want to give up this bracer nonsense and start up in the field of orbital engineering? Grandpa! I'm really sorry, guys. I guess I got caught up in the moment, too. You don't need to apologize, sweetie. But I thought the father of the orbital revolution was going to be some really amazing man, not some old fart with attention deficit issues. Ahaha, please, you're too kind. Moving on. So I'm being paid a visit by the children of Cassius. That's quite the surprise. So you really do know our dad? Yes, from way back when. I've known him since his army days, some 20 years or so. I've met him too. He had the really nice mustache, right? I mean, I guess so. Well, I don't know if I'd call it nice so much as suspicious looking. But if he's known Dad for that long, it looks like we'll be safe in trusting you-know-what with Professor Russell after all. Yes, I have to agree. What are you talking about? And what was it you wanted my help with? Well, Stella explained to the professor the whole sequence of events surrounding the Black Orbment. I see. Wow, a pitch-black orbment! Yes, most intriguing. And with no inscribed caliber or seams. Look at that frame, too. Professor Russell produced a cutting tool from his belt. Without a word, he pushed the blade's edge against the outer shell of the orbment. Wait, what are you doing? It's a special alloy steel cutter. Just as I thought. Here, take a look. Okay. Estelle, Joshua, and Tita peered intently at the black orbment. Huh? There's not even a scratch. The frame is made from some type of metal that I've never before encountered. Opening it up for a closer look is going to be quite the task, I think. That's just crazy. If we can't find some way to open it, we'll be right back to square one. Well, I can certainly spend some time on trying, but first, I think that maybe we should put it under a measurement scan. A what now? That huge piece of equipment you saw when we were working on the experiment. It can gauge orbital energy activity in real time. You're making my head hurt with your technobabble. Just tell me what using that thing will accomplish. To put it in layman's terms, it'll allow us to see just what this orbit does. You won't be able to draw any definitive conclusions just from measuring what kind of orbital activity is occurring, but it's a start. And that should give us a major clue. Indeed. So without further ado, Grandpa, shouldn't we have lunch first? Sure. He looked so surprised. Estelle and Joshua, you're both welcome to join us. I can't promise it'll be anything special, but sounds great to me. We'll even help with prep. Alright, come on then. We've got a bit to do while lunch is prepared. No, I want to see it too. No fair working when I'm not around. My house, my rules. What is up with these two? Now I see where she gets it. Ahem. Now, if everyone is ready, let's get this started. Estelle, if you'll put the orbit on the stand. Okay. Like this? Yes, thank you. Now, the colors seem a little bit off on Estelle and Joshua specifically. They look faded at the moment compared to the rest of the scene. Tita looks fine. Professor Russell, actually, he looks... I don't know, does he look faded or not? It's hard to tell. He doesn't he's not as bright as Tita is. Is something going to happen to Tita here? Is that why she looks different? Are you ready, Tita? We're going to pull a chrono trigger and blast her into a different time or something like that. Teleport her randomly. Alright. All set. Good, good. Now, commencing orbital force measurement test on the Black Orbment. Black Orbment, so that's going to be the official name after all. But using it officially is so boring and simple. Why not something cool, like Dark Thingy of Impending Doom? No, simple is best. Anything longer than Black Orbment would just be annoying to say. I agree. Oh, look at her. She's all anxious to start. Huh? Oh, alright, let's begin. Tita, if you'll activate the scanner, please. Okay. Oh, she looks more faded from this angle too, actually. I don't know. Output set at 45. Put all measuring equipment on standby. Roger. Done. All measuring equipment is calibrated. Okay, from here on, it's the real deal. Since no direct input or output was detected, all we can do is measure how the central crystal circuit responds. Now let's see just how much this contraption is really worth. Such in a good mood. You're such in a good mood. And click! That was probably actually him pushing a button and not saying click, but... well, maybe not, actually. Neat, it's all glowing and stuff. I get it. It's putting a major strain on the crystal circuit. There. Tita, any readings? Yes, but they're kind of weird. The tachometer needle's shaking like crazy. Ah! Now it's spinning around the dial. What? Ah! What's going on here? Joshua, it's the same black light from before. What? Oh, we probably should have mentioned that before we blew up his factory. Wait, are we actually blowing up his factory? Is that what's going to happen? Oh no, we just black out. Okay. Okay, they did stop. I was wondering if they were going to. That's a nice touch. Grandpa, it won't take much more of this. We have to shut it down. Don't you dare. Just a little longer and we'll have something. Wait a second, all the lights in town are going out. Huh? What? We have no choice then. Terminating the experiment. Oh. They're back on. Let's see the readout. Nothing. Didn't record anything. And the only thing that kept working was the scanner on which the Black Orbment sat, but even that, well... as for everything else... Good, it looks like the experiment's finished. Okay, yeah, there's just a light effect that's making everything look faded around the machine. How is it outside? Fine, all the lights are back like nothing happened. There's still a lot of people panicking, though. Okay, but just what the hell was all that? That was what I would dub the orbital shutdown phenomenon. The what down? You mean how everything inside all the orbits just stopped working at once? So the Black Orbment did that? Yes, I've no doubt. But I would never have dared to guess that its effect would be so extensive. There's definitely more to this than I expected. Interesting. Most interesting indeed. Only you would think causing a blackout over an entire city is interesting. Professor! Ah, Murdoch, just the man I wanted to see. The feeling is not mutual. Every single time you invent something, it means trouble for me. What the hell were you up to that would cause all of the power downtown to go out? How rude. It's not even my fault this time. See that there? That's the Black Orbment, and it caused this. Is that the... Okay, I get it. If that's the root of this, then it's genuine extenuating circumstances. But it still means that this was your fault. Aw, nuts. You got me. That's it? They're just okay again? Are they always like this? This is so embarrassing. And so, the first day in Zeiss kept everyone busy. Due to how late it was, Estelle and Joshua stayed at the lab for the night. Man, yesterday was such a crazy day. I was surprised enough at the town, but I really wasn't expecting to deal with anything like that. No kidding. But back on the subject of the Black Orbment. It's much more powerful than I'd ever imagined possible. Yeah. What's the prof gonna do now that his equipment's gone all kerflooey? Good morning, guys. Morning, Tita. Good morning. Quite a big day yesterday. No kidding. Did you guys sleep okay? Yep, like babies. Is the professor already up? And also, what babies do you know? Such a strange expression. Oh, he left for the Central Factory early this morning. He said something about how he was going to expose all the Black Orbment's secrets. Wow, looks like getting roared at over and over by the factory chief yesterday didn't even put a dent in him. Really appreciate both of you taking the time just to look over something a couple of relative strangers brought you. Oh, it's fine, really. Grandpa's investigating it out of pure curiosity more than anything. I should go to the factory myself once I'm done with breakfast. What do you plan to do? Naturally, we'll be coming with you. I want to know what's really going on with that orbment, too. Maybe there's something we can do to help. Yay! Then you can come with me! Uh-oh, I almost forgot about the soup. Just a second, you two. I'll bring you breakfast as soon as I make sure it's edible and not on fire. You'd think engineers would be good at cooking. I know they kind of have the ramen stereotype. Ramen? Man, I've been pronouncing that as ramyun for so long that I'm just... Like, seriously, my English is getting worse with every year. Well, maybe these LPs will help me with that, actually speaking English again. I guess that's what the smell is. But man, what a cutie. I wish we could take her back with us to Roland. She could be like a pet, cheering us up whenever we're feeling down. That's kinda creepy, Estelle. Yeah, I agree. Certainly wouldn't mind having another party member just for the rest of the game, though. That would be a nice thing to have. And now that we've had a good breakfast, off to the Central Factory. Before we do that, I'd like to check in at the guild. I think it might be best to report on what happened yesterday, just to be on the safe side. Well, okay. Hey, Tita, would you mind if we stop by there on our way? Sure, go ahead. Oh, the highway is this way. The Central Factory is on the north side of town. I am being railroaded pretty hard right now. Wheat, white, rye, sourdough. What kind of bread is good bread, anyway? I always liked potato bread. It had a nice flavor to it. Labels would be so much easier. Oh, Tita, it's you! Yesterday sure was something else, don't you think? Did the orbits at your house all suddenly stop too? Well, most of them. Yeah, they did. We were all surprised. Yeah, they stopped all over. It was scary looking out and seeing the whole town dark. I'd forgotten how dark it got at night without orbital lights. You know it. We don't need to talk to everyone. We do need to stop in here, though. Not that kind of report. Nothing to report today. If you clear any other contracts, make sure you come here and report it. Good morning. That was some day yesterday, wasn't it? When you are ready, we'd like your full report on it. Business as usual, Kilika. I've heard the basics from the factory chief already, but I'd like to expand the account with some first-hand details. Well, Joshua explained the details of the orbital blackout. I see. So the orbit that was sent to Cassius in secret was in fact something dangerous. The guild is very interested in these developments. We need to continue working with Professor Russell for the present. We thought you'd say that. When we have some more information, we'll contact you immediately. Okay, term is now medium instead of long. So I think that means we can advance at least one more time. Hey! Hey, long time no see! Ah, hey, it has been a while. Who's this? Remember that kid who was looking for the quartz shard in Roland, don't you? Remember, we took a request to find it a while back? Are you headed back to the Republic? Nah, the Central Factory. We made some cash in Grand Cell and have some shopping to do. Mom said we're gonna take this mirror and stock up on orbments. They say the eyes are the first to go, and she can still spot a good deal. But she can still spot a good deal. They can see you're still an obnoxious brat. What? I'm only saying what everyone else is thinking. But yeah, did you check out these crazy moving stairs? We'll never get tired of them. I was not expecting that. Let's stay where we are. Tita, everyone, how are you? Professor Russell is in his workshop on the 3rd floor. He seemed pretty impatient, like he was waiting on something or someone. That's our cue to go to the 3rd floor, I guess. Design room... Workshop? Wasn't this where they were growing? No, the tomatoes were on a different floor. Bah, another failure. Oh, is he trying to cut it open? Grandpa, we came to see if we could help. Ah, hello, Tita. You two are here as well, I see. What can I say? We were worried. So, what are you working on? Well, as you can see, I'm trying to cut into the black orbment, but it hasn't been going very well. What seems to be the problem? Perhaps a demonstration is in order. And click. I've decided he's an eccentric old man who says click when he pushes buttons. Whoa, what's that thing? It's a circular saw. It's made of a special alloy that can cut through basically anything. That ought to do it then. It stopped. I thought that might happen. It's on a smaller scale, but it's the same phenomenon as yesterday. It seems like the black orbment is blocking the functionality of the other orbments, interfering with them in some way. And I doubt it was solely made for the purpose of killing the lights. Yeah. But Grandpa, doesn't the effect spread like it did last night? Yes, good thinking. This interference with nearby orbits seems to spread out, moving from orbit to orbit like chain lightning. I'd put the range at about 5 Arge. But if there are no orbits powered on within that range, well then that's where the effect stops. I see, that makes sense. However, even with that knowledge, there's no way to know why it causes machines to simply stop without getting a look inside it. It's very troubling. Is there any way to destroy the thing? Maybe with a good scream and a really hard whack? Don't be ridiculous. Didn't you see the big saw do exactly nothing to it just a moment ago? That's gonna work, isn't it? She's gonna hit it with her staff and it'll open. Well, yeah. Anyone thought of trying fire? Maybe it'd melt down in a blast furnace or something. If we did that, the inside would melt too. Oh yeah, well, it was worth a shot. Actually, it might work. Really? You know a way to burn it open? No, that's not what I meant. Orbital power. That which drives orbits to work can't be used for this problem. We'll have to find a way that doesn't rely on any orbital energy. Is there even such a thing? The combustion engine. It's a device that burns fuel to generate energy. The idea has been around for a long time, but it's very inefficient when compared to an orbital engine. However, all you need to work on them are standard tools. Huh. Neat. I get it. Fire is the key. But Grandpa, I've never even seen one of them. I'm pretty certain that there's one understudy in the Central Factory workshop. Oh, you'll need to get fuel as well. Like oil or something? No, it's called gasoline. It's extremely flammable. There's likely a tank or canister of it stored in reserve. Yes, it should do the job. I'll start getting the tools ready. I'll help. Is there anything we can do? I mean, I can't do anything super technical like Tita can. Well, you could go and get the engine and gasoline. It's gonna be heavy, but your bracers should be strong enough to move it. Okay, leave it to us. So, where would we find these? Let's see. Don't tell me that you've forgotten. I've forgotten. You just said not to say that. Estelle, if you look in the operation room, you could probably find them. What the heck is an operations room? It's a room with a bunch of orbital computers. It's on the 5th floor. You store all kinds of information there for safekeeping. Wow, I didn't even know there was such a place. Then I leave it in your capable hands. Making coffee, fetching stuff. Well played, old man. Well played. Oh well, let's go find this operations room thingy. To the 5th floor, then. Remember? They're in storage and operations on the 5th floor. 5th floor, operations. Got it. Let's get going. Huh? What are you doing? I need that combustion engine and some gasoline. We're currently on the 4th floor. No, we were on the 3rd floor. Wow, check out this place. This has to be the operations room. Hey, you too. I haven't seen you before, so you mind telling me what business you have in here? My name's Travis, Senior Engineer and Supervisor. Nice to meet you. We're with the Bracer Guild. We're here at the request of Professor Russell, so if... Oh no! Professor Russell! He's not in trouble again, is he? Again? You really don't have much faith in him, do you? No, I mean, I realize that he's a genius. He was the one who developed the Capel unit after all. But even being acquainted with him results in no end of trouble. Tita, on the other hand, is an incredibly sweet girl, just an all-around good kid. Yeah, I get what you mean, but I don't think we have time to stand around talking in this case. We need to find where the central factory stores its equipment. Oh, is that what this is all about? In that case, go right ahead. I'll show you how it works. This cylindrical device is a type of computer. It's called the Capel. These days, they mostly get used to assist in airship navigation, but this one is equipped for the fastest general-purpose data processing in the world. It can be used for anything, from calculating material density to information retrieval. Now, for information retrieval, you have to use this front panel to select that mode. This will send the signal through the wiring and allow you to access the memory orbment. There's a quartz inside that train's rapid light pulse on it, you see. Then, it simply extracts the data you want. So I trust you know how it works now. I'm very tempted to say no clue. So I will. Well, actually, I really didn't get a single word of it. Well, here's the setup. You change the mode with this panel. I'm sure they'll figure it out in no time. Oh, I was meaning to talk to him, but okay. The Orbital Calculator. Capel System version 7, copyright Zeiss Central Factory, I guess is what that probably is. Information retrieval, blah blah blah, everything looks good. Central Factory. Tech? Can I can back out. Death of Professor C. Epstein in the sovereign state of Lemon. Professor A. Russell returns to the Liberal Kingdom. He proposes the spread of orbit technology to its chilly reception. Professor Russell forms a partnership with the Zeiss Clockmakers Union. Together they establish the Zeiss Engineering Factory, later renamed the Central Factory. Edgar III, after an inspection of the factory, donates a large amount of money to further his research. Professor Russell becomes the first factory chief. Edgar III dies, and Alicia II assumes the throne. Okay, so this is the timeline here. Construction is completed on the Langland Bridge. The first orbital-powered airship, the Calatrava is completed. 39 failed test flights before success was achieved. The Zeiss Engineering Factory is renamed Zeiss Central Factory and begins sharing technology with the Verne Company and Rhineford Company. The Liberal Orbital Ship Corporation is established, and the transit commuter airship, the Linde, is commissioned. Transit commuter airship, the Cecilia, is commissioned. Factory airship, the Leibniz is completed. The Zeiss Central Factory is dismantled and reconstructed at its current site. The partially underground factory in the Chaldea Hills is completed. Professor Russell resigns from his position as factory chief and is succeeded by Murdoch. Natural science and medical research divisions are founded. The passenger ship Eterna sinks in Calvert waters. Crown Prince Judas dies. Getting quite a bit more history here than I was expecting. I also had no idea what establishment even meant. I thought it was going to be like talking about like the central factory, which I mean I guess it is in a sense. The Orbital Network, a joint venture with the Epstein Foundation, is publicly announced. Outbreak of the 100 Days War. The central factory is taken by the Erebonian Army. Professor Russell develops patrol airships at Liston Fortress, which were used to mount a highly effective counteroffensive and soon became central to the Royal Army. Liberal and Erebonia sign a peace accord. Orbit exports to the Erebonian Empire resume. Version 1.0 of the Capel orbital computer is completed. Development commences on the high-speed cruiser the Arcee. After 3 years of production, I guess, construction, the Arcee is completed and flight tests commence. Liberal and Erebonia sign a peace accord. Orbit exports to the Erebonian Empire resume. Wait, didn't I just read this? Yeah. Huh. Oh. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. Okay. There we go. Universal Tech. Orbments. I guess this is what we're doing. General term for devices that draw orbital energy from septium, invented 50 years ago by Professor C. Epstein. The clockwork mechanism inside causes a reaction between quartz, which in turn produces a variety of different phenomena. The greatest advantages over combustion engines is that the orbital energy within them is gradually restored over time, and the variety of different phenomena they can produce. The advantages would be, and the variety, okay. They are also much more economically efficient. Quartz. An electrical circuit with a crystalline structure made from processed septium fragments, sepith. They serve as an energy source, but also cause varied phenomena, which are only seen when they are placed inside an orbment. A group of 7 gemstones found throughout the continent, prized as jewels for eons. It was also regarded as a symbol of mystery. The invention of technology to refine and process septium fragments too small to use as jewels, called sepith, and make them into quartz, resulted in a massive increase in the importance of septium as a resource across the continent. Orbital airships, or orbital ships, commonly regarded as the crowning achievement of orbment technology. Enables the power of flight by combining a flight engine to control gravity and an orbital engine to provide vast amounts of energy. Because of the need for high-efficiency orbital energy transfer and the complexity of controlling the airship, many modern orbital ships are equipped with highly capable orbital arithmetic logic units. Orbital ships less than 20 argae in length are simply called airships. Orbital weaponry. Any firearm or cannon powered with orbit technology. Currently the most common forms of military weaponry among many nations. With orbital firearms, energy is focused in a helical path along the barrel, down to a tiny point, which then forces a large metal projectile outward at high velocity. These guns can fire more rounds than traditional gunpowder arms and at adjustable levels of force. Orbital cannons, meanwhile, fire shells containing energy which explode on impact. Similar to orbital guns, these have less recoil than gunpowder-using cannons, and their power can be similarly adjusted. Orbments used to manipulate orbital magics. Usually no longer than larger than a pocket watch, so its internal workings are extremely minute and elegantly constructed. When quartz designed for tactical orbment use is installed, it improves the abilities of its bearer. Oh, more than one page on this one. When this quartz synchronizes with the bearer, aka the resonance phenomenon, the internal mechanism takes over the otherwise complex process that would be required to use magic, allowing just about anyone to use it in the form of orbital arts. Furthermore, the arts the user is able to use can be changed depending on the combination of quartz inside. Okay, and related topics. Convenient that it basically just has only the things here that we need. Combustion engine, a machine which generates usable energy by burning fuel within. Less efficient than its orbital counterpart due to issues with gaseous exhaust and noise pollution. Number owned 1, owner is Maintenance Chief Gustav. Okay. Have to find Gustav. Gasoline, a liquid derived from the purification of the naturally occurring hydrocarbon compound known as petroleum, used primarily as fuel for combustion engines and as an industrial solvent. For public manufactured gasoline, we have 20 medium-sized tanks in the emergency stores, and they are in the Orbment Manufacturing Factory. So Gustav and manufacturing. And a haulage vehicle. Any wheeled vehicle powered by orbital energy, widely considered uncomfortable to ride and very limited in speed, primarily used for transporting cargo. Owner, no data. Underground factory entrance. Okay, well we've seen those. Looks like you found what you were looking for. Wow, it's like a magic box or something. Orbital computers are really something. As I understand it, Professor Russell's teacher, Professor Epstein, was responsible for the original concept, but it was Professor Russell's talent that made an idea into reality. If only his presence of mind were on par with his intelligence. Well, Idios isn't one to bestow two blessings on one person. By the way, where can we find the guy who has one of those combustion engine thingies? The maintenance chief, right? Where is he? He's currently overseeing the airfield, so you'd have to go there to speak to him. Also, the gasoline is likely in Orbment Manufacturing in the basement. Talk to the staff there. I'm sure they'll be happy to get it for you. Maintenance Chief Gustav is down at the airfield working on a combustion engine. And the gasoline is in the basement Orbment Manufacturing facility. Thanks. You've been a big help. Think nothing of it. Let me know if you need anything else. Oh. It'll even... Okay, it doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell me exactly where. The maintenance chief is also in charge of the airfields. You'll find him there. Gasoline is located in the underground Orbment production facility. Just ask the people there and they'll bring it to you. Come back if there's anything else you need. Hey, how's the orbital calculator holding up? My meters are saying that everything is running smoothly. Seemed a little bit odd to have you say both of those things. So where is the airfield? Also, is this thing in the center here? At the very top? Is that going to count for the book quest? Oh, 4 circles in a central thing, but it does not appear to be anything I can work with here. Alright, where was the airfield? Oh, let's go to the basement. Right, this way leads out, right? Which we can do. Kind of weird that like now that I think about it, yeah, it's kind of weird that the path from the previous province goes through the factory. Like, you don't have the option of bypassing the factory to get here. You have to go through the basement of the factory. It's kind of funny. What kind of guy is he? I tried asking her friends, but they didn't tell me much. I just can't concentrate. I know I've got to impress her with my hard work, but I just can't stop thinking about Faye and her ex, and I just can't keep working. Okay, you are not the person we talked to, I guess. Here we go. Excuse me. What's that? May I help you? Estelle and Joshua, explain the task set to them by Professor Russell. You need gasoline. I think I have a tank of it back in storage somewhere. I'll check for you. They use the intercom. This is Faye, got a request down here. We still have that tank of Calvert gasoline there in the warehouse, right? Can you send some down? Yeah, enough to carry. Thanks. They're sending some for you right now. Sending? Holy... there we are. Is this gasoline? So that's what sending is. Neat, isn't it? This conveyor belt system isn't just for ordering goods. It's an entire network that connects the whole facility. Convenient. Professor Russell invented it. Originally, it was just a series of tubes for sending products back and forth, but the professor completely rebuilt the system into something a lot more useful. Of course, getting all the infrastructure in place was a gigantic pain in the... I can only imagine. We have to be on our way. Thank you for your help. No problem. I don't know what you're using it for, but be careful with that gasoline. It has a tendency to fireball. Contain gasoline tank. Okay, well we should... There it is. Tank filled with combustible liquid produced by the Republic. Wait, I can use this? Oh, I can look at it, I guess. Okay. actually sorting through my menu in a sensible way today. Instead of just going through the entire list every time, I can choose that. I have a feeling that the airfield was actually outside. I think it was adjacent. Okay, but where would it be? The landing port? Is this what Is this what I was thinking of? Hi, need a flight? The westbound airship just departed a few moments ago. No, thank you. We don't need an airship right now. Actually, we need to talk to Gustav, was it? You mean the maintenance chief? He's not here at the moment. What do you mean, not here? We went to Liston Fortress 2 or 3 days ago. Some kind of repair emergency on a military patrol ship. Liston Fortress? As in the largest base in the Royal Army, out by Lake Valeria? Up in the north part of Zeiss? Thank you, Mr. Exposition. Wonderful. He won't be coming back from there anytime soon. So what do we do about the professor's request? I don't know anything about that, but the chief is actually on his way back. He just sent word to us. Oh hey, airship. Speak of the devil. Well, I mean, it is a game about airships. So they do need to show them off every once in a while. Or I should say a series about airships. Trails in the Sky kind of implies that. An orange airship? Hold the phone. Since when are public airships orange? No, that doesn't look like a regular public airship. The shape is wrong and it's got work arms all over it. Now that you mention it. That's a central factory vessel. The Libnitz. Ah, okay, we read about that. It's the same model as the public transports, but it's had several modifications. It's used for large-scale maintenance and transport. Huh, a flying factory. And the maintenance chief is on that airship. That's right. Now's your chance. You need to talk with him, no? We do. Thanks a lot. Yes, thank you. Yeah, the maintenance chief should be on board the Libnitz. Don't you need to talk to him or something? That was the wrong way to turn, but... What do you want? The Libnitz has a mountain of parts stored in her. It's dangerous, so stand clear. Actually, we're looking for someone. Isn't there a maintenance chief by the name of Gustav on this ship? What do you want with me? Oh, well, that's convenient. Estelle explained that Professor Russell had asked them to find and borrow a combustion engine. Ah, you're running errands for Russell, are you? But a combustion engine, huh? Well, you got good timing, I'll give you that. Huh? Hang on a sec. Does he actually have one packed into this ship? Looks like it. Here you go. It's a heavy beast, though, so be careful. Received the combustion engine. Yow, you weren't kidding! But we can still manage to carry it. Hey, you got some spirit to you for such a young girl. Ha ha ha, I like it. Thanks. It's a pretty interesting little coincidence. That old fart wants this thing right after I got it back from the military. Huh? From the military? Yeah, this thing was on loan to them for a while. They were using it for some kind of research. As a matter of fact, I only just got it back today. Huh, lucky for us. What's wrong? Oh, it's nothing. Now that we've got what we need, why don't we take it back to the professor? Sure thing. Thank you, Mr. Maintenance Chief. Sure, give my regards to the old man. I'm not gonna let us pass. What a funny coincidence. We just got the combustion back from the army, and now the professor's taking it. Well, it does just sit around in storage otherwise. What do you think of her? Isn't she a beauty? This is the crown jewel of the Central Factory Fleet, the Libnitz. You have more than one airship at the factory. Oh, those flowers look like a person in my peripheral. It was the 5th floor, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it's the 5th floor. Yep. Third floor, okay. Pretty sure it's the third floor. Hey, we found it. First try. We're back! And we brought what you asked for. Excellent. Thank you. Handed over the engine and the gas. You weren't kidding about how heavy this thing is. You didn't check his description, but I guess that's fine. Yes, your brute strength was most useful, girl. Perfect timing, too, as I've just finished preparing the tools. All that's left is to set up the engine and put gas in it. If you'll go and put on the finishing touches, Tita. Yes, sir. And it's all set. Yeah, they didn't want to show the model of us actually carrying that, because that would have been kind of ridiculous looking, I'm sure. Without designing like a full model just for that. Wow, this thing is really clunky looking. And are all of the engines like this? Yeah, it converts the energy given by the burning gas to power the tools. So this way they don't need orbital energy. Indeed. Now let's not dawdle. Let me flip the switch. And click! Jeez, this thing sure makes a racket. It's definitely a lot louder than orbital engines. I like how the text box is vibrating. That's one of its drawbacks, yes, but I bet we need to fear activating the black orbment this way. Let's get started. Oh. Whoa. That's some serious sparkage. Okay, shut it down for now. We've seen how much physical punishment it can take, and how much punishment our ears can take as well. Oh. Yeah. Estelle and the others crowded around to get a closer look. A tiny scratch is faintly visible. That's it? That's incredible, and with the special alloy saw, too. Whatever it's made of, it's tougher than anything I've ever seen. But if we keep at it, I believe this will work. We're gonna have to go through quite a few saw blades, though. So it's going to be a real test of patience, then. Hey, Professor, can I talk with you, to you for a second? Uh-oh. Oh, have you already finished the modifications? Of course I have. Remember who you're talking to. Anyway, what is it? Is something wrong? I just received a message from the hotel in Elmo for you. The orbital-powered pump that supplies the hot water for their spa is broken down. Since they can't make any money like this, they'd like for you to come and try to fix it. You must be kidding. Damn it! Of all the times for this to happen. If you're that busy, why don't you send another engineer over? No, that pile of junk is at least 40 years old. The younger techs have no idea what to do with anything that's not state-of-the-art. What a pain in the... Yeah, I see where this is going. Grandpa, maybe I could go over and do the repairs, you think? Hmm? Tita? You took me there to help with maintenance before. I think it'll be fine if just I go. I'm sure you'd do a fine job on the repairs. That's not what concerns me. Agreed, there are monsters out on the roads. If only we had 2 bracers that could escort you. But we can't just leave Miss Mao like this. That's the problem. Why don't you let us handle this? Huh? It's a bracer's duty to ensure the safety of Liberal's roadways. Therefore, seeing that Tita arrives at her destination safely is our responsibility, and we can finally leave town with Tita. It only took us an hour. But we accomplished our objective. Well, that's another story. If you're all with her, then we don't have to worry. Alright then. Thank you. Are you sure this is okay? Don't worry about it. Kids shouldn't sweat the details so much. And we already rescued you when you were doing something foolish earlier. You ready? Then let's go. Thank you. Thank you both. Okay, Grandpa and Mr. Murdoch. We'll be back soon. Take care, dear. Be careful out there. Alright. Very well then, I'll leave Tita in your capable hands. Tita, be careful out there. Thanks in advance. As long as you get her there, Tita can do all the work. Good luck. Alright, well. We finally have Tita in our party and the ability to leave the town with her, I think. So we'll do that in the next part. I will see you then.